I've got Lance Friend on the phone, waiting to go on air. But first of all, I'd just like to mention a few things about him. His songs are routinely highly placed on various country charts, and his latest sensational album release, All Australian Made, from which I just played the track Hard to Be a Man a few seconds ago, will no doubt very quickly join his previous chart successes as it speeds its way towards the top of the pile. Now, Lance has toured Australia-wide, supporting and headlining many events, festivals and gigs, and his main stage performances include the Gympie Music Muster and Airlie Beach Music Festival. He has headlined Noonamah Rodeo, Central Queensland Bikes, Bulls, Buggies and Bands, Julia Creek Dirt and Dust, and Bowen Fishing Classic, just to name a few, as if that wasn't enough. And he has supported the likes of Ross Wilson and Brian Cadd, as well as featured alongside Joe Camilleri and the Black Sorrows, the Radiators, Dragon, James Blundell and many more. Lance, who's based on Queensland's Fraser Coast, is, much to my delight, standing by on the blower to have a chat with me. So I'll keep him waiting no longer. I'll just have to don the headphones there. Away we go. Hello, Lance. How are you, mate?
G'day, Harry, mate. I reckon we're going to have to shorten that bio a bit.
No, I was actually thinking of adding to it, but anyway, because mate, you've done a lot of living and you've done a lot of work, so there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Lance.
Yes, music's been this is my 20th year in music this year, and so
20th year, wow.
In country music. It's 20 years ago I saw the light, and
good man.
Yeah, I fell in love with country music, and the rest history. It's pretty much all I am now.
Fair enough. Yeah, look, I know you did some other stuff before you came to the fold of country music. And none of it's too shabby. All good stuff. You've got a great history, mate.
Yeah, look, I've got some great musicians on the album, and I've got Brendan Radford to produce it. He produced my first album, which was called The Album, back in 2012.
Right.
And it was just great playing with all of these geniuses.
yeah, I get that. But don't sell yourself short, because you were obviously one of the geniuses involved in it.
Well, look, it was nice to be amongst them, because they loved my songs, which made it so much easier. They really loved the songs, and when you've got that part of the journey already taken care of, everything else sort of takes care of itself, because everyone's passion comes higher.
Otherwise, it just becomes hard work, doesn't it?
Well, or just the same old, same old. And I didn't want that. When I write a song, the music's got to sort of match what I felt when I wrote it.
Yep.
Like, I've got a sad one in there. It's called Where He Wants to Be, and it's a sad song, and I just wanted the music to feel the sadness in the song. And then there's Windscreen View, and that's about
great song.
Well, hard to be a man. Let's face it, it's so hard to be a man.
It can be, yes. Yes, absolutely, I agree.
And that was just flat out, because, most blokes start off and head through life pretty flat out.
Yep. I certainly did. I know that.
And you never get it, and you never get it right until you're happily married, and you learn the words "yes, dear," and you're laughing.
and you recognise who the boss is.
Well, that's it.
Yep.
You pretend it's you, but you know deep down who it is.
Yep. And from there on in, life gets a bit easier. In my experience, anyway. But anyway, look, let's get back to you. Look, the thing with it in our family is, when my wife starts talking, I shut up, and everyone sort of looks at me and say, "Well, you've listened to the expert. What have I got to offer?"
You don't need Google, in other words.
That's right. Oh, dear. But, yeah, life's worth living, mate, that's for sure.
Yeah, I better be careful. My wife could be listening.
Hello, Sandy. How are you?
She'll kill you for calling her Sandy.
Oh no, Sandra. Sorry, my bad. Yep.
Yeah, look, I'm really enjoying music at the moment, Harry. I've got a band. I live on the Fraser Coast, and I've got a band all from the Fraser Coast area.
Okay.
And they're top class musicians. I've got a couple of young fellas who just pick it up and eat it up like wow. And so I'm really excited about the live shows that I'm doing. I've got the Nunamar Rodeo again up in Darwin this year.
Okay, I couldn't get my tongue around that one.
Yeah, they got the stubby coolers going. Where the bloody hell's Nunamar? But they get about 4,000 people to the rodeo, and last year was the biggest numbers they've ever had to stay for the band, and we had 2,000 people, and it was unreal. But
nice.
People starting to know who I am up there because I've done a fair bit of work up there.
Yep.
A lot of stuff released and everything like that. So I've got a bit of a fan base up there, so that really helped.
Well, we'll have to get your fan base in Victoria now.
Look, I played in Victoria last year at the Molesworth.
That's right.
Bluegrass and Country Music Festival, and it was going to be on this year, but circumstances happened and it's not going to be on. But It was one of the best festivals, and the musicians in Victoria are just awesome. Like, everyone was great. I really enjoyed being there as well as playing there.
Right.
And and it was really nice with my music. It sort of reached a new audience, and it was like, wow, it sort of gave me a bit of a boost. So I'll have to get back down to Victoria. I have to find some festivals down there. Yeah, let me know.
well, mate, you are, from my point of view, and I'm sure others, you are more than welcome down here any time you want to come down.
Yeah, look, I love country Victoria. When on the outskirts.
Yep.
I grew up in Geelong, so I know it pretty well. But never appreciated it when I left at 18. You don't appreciate it. I went back and went, wow, how beautiful is Victoria.
We've got some. I mean, to my mind, how beautiful is Australia? You know what I mean? But
look, I love it. Like, New South Wales is magnificent. To look at it is like the Northern Territory is one of my favourites. Yeah,
the Kimberleys.
Well, I haven't done the Kimberleys. We had a tour that got cancelled halfway across. Oh, bugger. A Steady Eddie tour back in 2016, and it was all through the Kimberleys, and I was so disappointed. But anyway, I'll have to get there.
You'll get there one day. It's a great part of Australia, and it's well worth a visit.
Yeah, I played at the Kununurra Rodeo there last year.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That was my first one in Western Australia, and when I flew the band out, and it was like 16 and a half hours flying, and everyone wants to get back in a hurry until you get there. Then they say, wish we had stayed a couple more days.
I know. We spent a couple of weeks in Kununurra. I reckon it's a great little town. I really do. I loved it there, you know?
Yeah, look, I love anywhere outside of the cities. I'm not a big city person, so any town's got character, and you find it through the people, and some are good, some are not so good, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's usually, it's like a roadhouse. You find that you get good food. You might be going for 20 years, you still get good food.
Yep, that's right.
How does that work?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, look, let's have a quick talk about this new album of yours. First of all, let's talk about the single I played, "Hard to Be a Man." What inspired you to write that great song?
Well, I wrote that with Darren Schmidt.
Okay.
He sent it to me with a whole bunch of words, and it was pretty much, close to what it is now. He did most of the writing on that. And anyway, I've played it, and I recorded it, and I sent it to him, and he said, I just blurted that out and played it.
Okay.
And recorded it and sent it straight to me. Uh-huh. And he said, I'd even forgot. He said, I wouldn't even know the words that I said. So, and that was one of my very first songs that I sort of I put together,
All right,
and I recorded it back when I was with Friends in No Places. That was me and my son and a mate of mine on harmonica.
Oh, okay.
And, pretty average recording quality, but we didn't know what we were doing. And it was just too good a song to leave and not record it properly. So
right.
I dusted it off, and we came up with that. And it's a cracking song. It's a great song to play live too.
I imagine it would be. Like I said, it's a great song, and it's a great album.
It's one that you've really got to know when you play it too. There's a lot going on.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, it's. I can hear a lot of stuff going on in the background, and it's enough to keep people busy. No doubt about it. But it's well worth a listen. It's well worth a listen every day of the week.
You know what I'm enjoying about this album, Harry? Sorry to...
No, go on.
Is I'm getting so many different people, different radio people, showcasing different songs.
Yeah.
And it's like when I did an interview with Walshy on Good Morning Country, and
okay.
He kept saying, shall I play this one or this one or this one and this one? We had a bit of a talk beforehand. It wasn't live like this is.
Yeah.
And I said to him, do you like the album? I'm thinking either he can't pick one or... He said, mate, I love it. He said, that's why I can't pick which song to play. And it was like... Yeah. And it's just nice getting somebody else's opinion on a song, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I understand. And... rightly or wrongly, the opinions of us radio presenters does seem to carry a bit of weight.
Well, yeah, because you're sitting down a lot.
Well, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, like today, I'm dressed in my best oldest shirt.
You and me both. I got my clean T-shirt on. I do it every time I come on the radio because I like to look my best, Of
course.
I'm a professional, even though I'm only an amateur, a volunteer, whatever.
I've got a new single off the All Australian Made coming up.
Okay, yeah, you were telling me.
May.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're releasing Missing You.
Yeah, and you were saying it's a bit of a sad song?
Well, it's not a sad song so much. I suppose it is. It's about a bloke who lost his wife.
Okay.
And after 30 years, but still being only 50s, early 50s, so
yeah, right.
Pretty young. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
Yeah, and I wrote that with Damien Watts because he was sort of writing something about his mum, who happens to be the same person.
All right.
So I sort of more. I said to him, right, I had a couple of lines and the chorus, and I went right. And where I was at the Gympie Muster, and I'd go back over to mine. I'd not long had a loss in my family, and so I'm going back, writing a verse, coming back, writing a verse, coming back, and wrote all the music. And by the end of it, I'd finished it, and yeah, it was a great song. And I just love the way we've put it together with the pedal steel, and it's got Michelle Rose on it. And but yeah, it's a lovely song, and I mean, at the end of the day, life's full of different emotions, isn't it? And so
yes, it is.
Yeah. I've never lost my dog in a song.
Okay. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Never lost a girl, but I have had a ute in it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, look, writing songs comes from all different places. I was in a place where I'd had a loss as well, so I could reflect me into it, if you know what I mean. You put a lot of you into every song, but you don't tell everybody what bit it is because you keep that for yourself.
That's. I mean, you can only give them so much, mate.
Well, this is it. There is one on the new album called Moments.
Yes.
They're absolute moments in my life.
Yep. That is another great song. And I do believe...
I love that song. I started writing that one when I first went to the Gympie Muster.
Okay.
And I saw Slim Dusty. And he died not long after that, so it was the first time he played there.
Oh,
so the first time I saw him was the last time he played there. So I wrote that into I think it was the second year after I'd seen him.
Okay.
And I wrote it into a song, just a part of it, and then just my journey in life, I wrote a bit more, and
right.
It's got a weird key change in it, and it was really hard on a guitar on how to work it out.
All
and Brendan Radford came in very handy there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's a genius.
Mate, if you can pull off a good key change in a song, you're doing well in my book.
Yeah, it's a G to a D, and then back to a G, and then back to a D, which is anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Music. And Brendan said, he goes, you'd normally write this sort of key change on a piano. And
Yeah.
But it just made it. It was very hard to be cohesive with it, you know.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
He just put the light right on it, and it was like, bang, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And
No, that's interesting, because every time I've done a key change, it's always been like one fret up or down or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll do a key change in My Home Australia.
Yes.
And that's just from, what is it, G to A, I think, or something like that. Yeah, so it's pretty.
Yeah.
That's your pretty standard.
Upper tone, like we used to say. Yeah, go upper tone. Yeah. Or half a tone sometimes. You know, it was just that's the way they usually work. But you know, G to D, that's a leap. You know.
Yeah, it is. So because I just wanted this B minor in it, and when I wrote it, I didn't know.
Okay. Yeah.
When I wrote it.
Yeah, B minor would work. Yeah.
And that was the chord change for the D thing, I think. I don't know. I'm not that talented.
Oh no, mate. It's all in the listening, and as far as I'm concerned, you're extremely talented. But I just want to touch base with you about the album, the new album, because it's been out for a little while now. And I just.
Oh yeah. Well, I released it just at Tamworth because I was at Tamworth. So
right. Yeah.
The whole year, I'm doing an album launch in Maryborough.
Okay.
On the 18th, I'm doing one on the 26th in Darwin.
Right.
So I'm doing, like, it's a big country. No good doing an album launch in one town.
No, you're right. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So you pretty much got that. You got a good 6 months of album launches.
Well, you got to touch every corner in Australia, because there's not a lot of people to go around. You know.
Yes. Well, to be honest, when I bought out My Home Australia last year, I just. Because I'd been off the scene for a while. I did the Ned Kelly one. I'd been off the scene for 3 years when I did the Ned Kelly one. And then when everything, the world shut down, there was another 4 years went by, or 3 years went by.
Yep.
And but when I released that one, all of a sudden it seemed to open up my music career again, because everybody started looking at my back catalogue that they missed. So, so it's been a pretty good journey the last 12 months.
It has. It certainly put you on my map. That's for sure. And you won't be leaving it any time soon, let me tell you, because I like your stuff, Lance, and I'm being honest.
I really appreciate it, Harry. I just love, I got someone message the other day, sent me a message on a private message on the fan page, and said that they're coming to the show.
Right.
They're booking a motel in Maryborough. It's like, you're really reaching people then,
That's what it's all about, really, isn't it?
Well, it is. I think at the end of the day, you write songs not to be a pop star. Well, I suppose you do if you.
Well, there's an element of it, but yeah.
There's an element of it, but you do it to move people's emotions. Like.
Yep.
When I first played Moments to a friend of mine, he goes, he said, that just put me in all these different places in my life.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool. He said, it's like a movie in my mind.
That's not a bad description, actually. Look, just as a matter of interest, I've had a look at my playlist, quick look, and I've got both Missing You and Moments on my playlist. So I can't remember whether I've actually played them.
How's that?
Yeah. Talk about, So if they haven't had airplay yet, they are going to get it, because they're on the playlist, and they're there for that reason, to be played on air.
Look,
so.
Like I said, I really appreciate everything that are getting played on the radio, because there's a lot of mediums out there now, and people forget the radio. I mean, I still love the radio. I always turn it on, and you listen to your local news, or you listen to what's going on around the place, and and it's great when you can get some great country music on it. So
yep,
and you play great country music.
I do. I play a lot of Lance Friend stuff. So yeah, it qualifies as great country music without a doubt.
If any of your listeners are going to the Gympie Muster this year,
yeah, that's in August. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 shows on there, and I've got a 6-piece band with a new steel player,
nice.
a great fiddle player, and it's going to be worth seeing if you go to the muster. So yeah, I'm playing on the Saturday and the Sunday. So
right.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. So, and I know a lot of people come from Victoria to go to the Gympie Muster.
Absolutely, it's worth a visit.
It's the best, yeah.
So there you go, folks. Head up in August. Check the dates on the website, the Gympie Muster, and you'll be able to.
It's usually the end of August.
Or towards the end of August. There you go.
Yeah.
So head on up there because it's a great show, great festival.
Oh, it's amazing. People.
Yep.
I see people like last year. Some people turned up that were there to come and see me play, and that's why they came to the muster. But I mean, they get it. I just said, well, I'll throw everything else in.
Okay.
But they were just blown away. They just said, this is fantastic. They weren't particularly country music fans.
Right.
Because Bob said to me, we're going to hang at the blues stand. I said, have you seen any other country acts? He says, I only want to see one. I've already seen him. And that's you. So, but, everybody that goes there just has an amazing time.
It's a great experience. A great experience, and it's like going to Uluru. It's something you just got to do if you want to call yourself an Aussie.
I think so. I really think so. That is one experience that everybody should do because
absolutely, yes,
it's one there's no other experience like it. I don't think.
Not anywhere in the world, mate.
Especially in country music.
Especially, yes, you're right.
Like overseas artists come over and they're like, "Wow, where are we for starters?"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they take them by surprise.
So this is my 5th one, I think, this year, Muster.
Oh, nice. Wow.
4th or 5th, yeah. So.
Oh, you'd be getting good at it by now, eh?
Yeah, I should be a bit more relaxed this year, yeah. So, but I'm really excited with the band, we're playing the whole album, and
right.
Yeah, and we're getting such a great response from it. So,
that's great.
If anyone wants to buy it, the CD, they can get it on what's the name of that? Bandcamp.
Okay. Yep.
.com. I'm the worst electronic salesman in the world. Yeah, Bandcamp.com. That's the best one to get it off because I get a bit more money off of that one.
Good. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. You don't, and it's
Yep.
It's a bit unfair because you can't sort of sell CDs these days.
That's right. You sell a song for $2 and you get 2 cents out of it.
Yeah. Well, I got a royalty for 1 cent off of one place.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I'm figuring, how do you get 1 cent?
Exactly.
So yeah, but
what are you going to do with that?
And if not, they can always look up my music as well. So and go on Lance Friend Music on Facebook. So I always forget to say it. So I thought I'd say it right now, Harry.
No, good. No, I'm glad you put that in.
Because I forget about publicising myself.
I should have done that earlier. I got it listed here, and I just skipped over it because
I probably just didn't give you a chance, then.
Well, you didn't, but you were talking about lots of interesting stuff, so it sort of slipped past me. But I'm glad you brought it up because that's important information.
Yeah. So, but we go back to Darwin this year to do the rodeo again, and that's where we filmed Windscreen View.
All right. Yeah.
That's the current single that's still out.
Yeah.
And we filmed the rest of it at Kununurra, and it was just pretty much
nice.
We asked a couple of people, can you take a video? And we ended up putting a great video together. It was, if anyone hasn't seen it, it's pretty massive, like the audience, and it was.
It's a good video.
It's for people who like true country music. It might be a little bit rocky, but you know what I mean.
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Yeah, well, that's what I reckon too, because at the end of the day, everyone likes to get up and boogie, don't they?
Don't they? Yeah, exactly right. Lance, unfortunately, we are well and truly over time here, so I do need to sign off and get on with some other stuff. But look, thank you so much again for being on the show. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
and that goes back likewise. And to all the listeners, have a great day today, Easter.
Yep.
Beautiful time. Spend it with your family.
Yep.
And if you're having a barbecue, put on some of my music.
Absolutely. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
So,
yep. All right. No worries. All the best to you and Sandra and all the family and everyone you care about. So.
cheers, mate.
Have a good one, mate.
You too. Cheers.
All right. See you, buddy.